All right, let's do a quick little lecture demonstration for CAD and sketching exercise 4.1, the parallel block. Okay, so this is in the module for multi-view drawings. It's the first assignment. You'll be doing a CAD drawing and a sketching exercise of the same object, and that is the parallel block, which can be found on page 115 of your textbook. It's figure 6-69. All right, so this is a metric drawing, so we want to make sure that we start AutoCAD with the metric template, which I've done right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. Now, the broad outline of the object is 100 millimeters long by 50 millimeters high by 55 millimeters deep. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get the front view in there. So this is 100 millimeters. Whoops, 100 millimeters. Let's see, this is 50 millimeters. And we'll go down here 100. Notice how I'm using the object snap tracking to help me with those lines, the horizontal and vertical lines, to make sure that I'm drawing things accurately, also known as direct distance entry with polar tracking. Whatever you want to call it, it just helps because I don't have to enter in the angle. I can just use the horizontal and vertical. The other way to do this, as I'll show you in the next little square that we're drawing, the other way to do this is to use Ortho, which is also good. So I'll show you how you do that. All right, so that would be the space where the front view is going to be occupied. And just to, kind of get things going in here, I'm going to switch to Ortho, right? So this is the Ortho toggle on the status bar. So I click on that, turn Ortho on, and then I'm going to go up to line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to track from this point, right? So here's how this works. I'm going to move over that corner, and I'm not clicking anything. I'm going to acquire that geometry, that coordinate point, and then I'm going to move off, right? And then I'm going to click. All right. Now, with Ortho on, notice how now I can only draw horizontal and vertical. So I'm going to go out, what is this, 55. I'm going to go up 50 and go back 55 and then C to close. And then finally the last one again, line. We acquire this point, no clicking, move, whoops, acquire this point, no clicking. Come on, there we go, move up. Sometimes it's finicky. Click, and then I can move across and I can acquire this point and track it up. Look at how it finds that point. And then we go 55, and then we go 100, and then we close, C to close. All right. Now, I don't know, in fact, if the spacing in these views is going to be appropriate. That's fine. I can always just move these views further apart. But for right now, that's fine. All right. So let's go ahead. This is going to be a fairly simple object, not terribly complex, but there are some edges that you're going to have to be especially mindful of that you can catch, especially the hidden edges. All right, so let's go ahead then. So it looks like 16. So offset 16. I'm going to use offset a lot because you've seen in the other videos I really like using offset. It seems very straightforward to me. And I'm just going to focus on the front view for right now. These are 25. Now at this point, you probably want to just kick back and watch. I think that's probably the best way to go here. Of course, with a video, you can always just play it back. All right, so there's the two little feet. This is 15, so I'm going to offset 15 here and here. And I would also definitely say that you should do the sketch first before you jump into CAD. I think I've already said that that is the preferred way to do this. All right, so there's, I think, the basic outlook for that, at least the visible edges. I think we'll hold off on creating the hidden edges until we get more detail here. So now I'll just move over to the right side view. Again, you can start with whatever view you feel comfortable with. I'm just going to start with the right, or go to the right side view now. Now, I can project these lines across. So this is the same as we would do in sketching, just a little bit different with AutoCAD. I can go to the line command and watch. I'm going to, again, this is a very good technique. I can move over and acquire that point. I'm not clicking, and I'm going to track across, and then it's going to, boom, find that intersection, and then I can click and, whoops, I don't want to get the midpoint there. That's kind of that's what we call an object snap override, because I don't have a perpendicular point. So here's what we can do here. First of all, I'm going to turn off ortho because I don't want that on. But see how it's snapping to the midpoint when really I want what, perpendicular? Well, it's because I don't have perpendicular on. So watch. I'm going to go down to my object snaps right there. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to turn on perpendicular. And I'm just going to turn off node. I know I don't want that on. Okay. So there, and now perpendicular comes up. Okay. Now, in fact, that line that I just drew is going to be a hidden line. So I'll come back and make that a hidden line later. This is 18, so I'm going to go 18 across here to here, and then the depth is 7, offset 7, and now we just got to clean this up. I think with a lot of drawings, cleaning up is getting rid of lines that shouldn't be there. You got to trim them. That's a big issue. You know, it's definitely a challenge sometimes. So you definitely, I do suggest that you trim, clean up, erase, whatever, in stages, right? As you move along, not get all the lines in there and then try to make heads or tails out of what's going on and trimming. So, let's project this across and there, and then we'll offset. This is, 7. And 15. And then we'll trim from here and get all this away. We'll trim that, and that, and actually that, and that. Okay. So that's all the visible edges, including this, which is a hidden edge. So I'm going to go ahead, since I'm here, I'll go ahead and change this to a hidden line. So to change a line switch a line from one layer to the other, you just click on the line right here and go to hidden. There we go. All right, so that looks good. And now just focusing on the top view, we'll do, let's do a line from here to here. And I'm using that projection. This now here's another advanced trick, right? Okay, so I want to create the 2 features, rectangular features on the top here and here, which I can see are right there and right there. Now, I know that this line right here is 15, right? I can see that dimension in my book. And so basically what that means is that I want to offset 15. I want to offset this line 15 like that. Okay, so that distance right there is that distance. Now let me show you a trick to do that. Right, let's say that I didn't want to look up that distance, right? I didn't know that it was 15. I didn't want to look it up in the drawing. So how can I get that there? Watch. Offset. Specify offset distance or type in a number. Well, what if I specify an offset distance? How do I specify it? Watch. I go I click here and I click here. Now that distance has been set as my offset distance, 15, and I can apply it here and here. Okay, so so that's a little trick. Top view, let's get that square. So offset 10 and 12, offset 12 here and here. Notice how I'm using the crossing window to kind of pick things out. And let's go here. I want to project this up. Oops. Okay, now those are going to be hidden lines. So I'm going to wait. Let me just make sure. All right, so let's look at this and see if we have all the visible edges. So yes, looks like we have all the visible edges right here. And let's move on to the hidden edges. So you don't have to work like this. I'm only doing this to help you moving in stages. But in reality, I would kind of do visible and hidden lines kind of together. So it's just what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it to the hidden layer because I'm probably going to draw a lot of lines like this. Now I can project this line down and across right there and project this line down. Now one of the benefits now is that I get to just project lines across. And I'm probably going to give away some stuff here. So make sure, you know, I am doing the answer key. So make sure that you, you know, make sure that your drawing looks like mine. If it doesn't, you better be able to justify why I made a mistake, which does happen. Now the rectangle here, this actually doesn't go all the way around, all the way across. This is going to be a challenge. So offset 7, I'm going to offset 7 here and here, and offset 15. Now, while these are long and I can easily identify them, I'm going to create hidden lines right there. And now I can trim, and this is going to be a bit of a challenge to make sure that we trim everything out properly. Right, and that should go, and that should go. Okay, so what you see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the 4 feet as hidden features. Okay. And I do believe that is it for the top view hidden lines. Now for the front view, that's it for the front view. And for the side view, right side view, offset 10, offset 10. These are hidden lines right there. Okay. Now, I think that that's it. Let me, as you can tell, I don't have an answer key for this yet. I'm making the answer key in front of your eyes here. So I think that is it. I think we're good. As always, if you think I made a mistake, that you know, it may happen. Please let me know, but I think that that's it. All right, so now we want to get this drawing set up on an A3 size layout, right? So let's go to A3. So we go like this. I'm done here. Go to A3. I want to double click inside here. I'm going to do a zoom extents, Z space, E space. And then I want to set the scale. So right now, let's try 1:1. Yeah, you know what? That's going. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. I don't have to spread these views out anymore. That's all good to go. I can double click outside here and I can enter in the data in the title block. So let's go to Drawing Utilities, Drawing Properties, and go under Custom. And here it's drawn by C. Bales, Instructor, C. Bales, Course, MDT 101, drawing title, this is Exercise 4.1. Alternately, you could also call it Parallel Block. Actually, I'm going to call that. That's better. And then for the drawing number, 4.1. It's revision 0, since this is the first one. Sheet number 1 out of, there's going to be 4 drawings in this, so this would be 1 of 4. We could even, if you want to be real fancy, we could even do 1/4. Material not available and the /A, and check by, hey, it's going to be checked by me, C. Bales. So we say OK, and then we regenerate. RE to regenerate, and there it is. And now we're good to go. Now, to prepare this to turn in, we want to print it as a PDF. So we go up to Print and AutoCAD PDF, right? We want to choose the ISO A3 border. Always, always, always do a preview. That looks good. Right click, exit or plot. And then there it's going to make it right there. And there it is right there. All right. So that is the assignment 4.1. And we're done. All right. So email me if you have any questions. Let me know. Thanks. See you in the next video.